Right, so police numbers. They're not very good and haven't been for ages, as Tory austerity under both David Cameron and Theresa May saw 26,000 officers removed from our streets in the name of austerity, seeing crime rates soar, leaving us all feeling generally less safe when we're out and about. It was short-sighted idiocy in the name of shrinking the state, that Tory mantra, that ideology of there's no such thing as society, you're on your own. What do you think the government is for? To help you? That's all very much the mindset, all blamed on the previous Labour government, of course. So we need some more police back on our streets again. We needed them. So Boris Johnson, back when he was PM, went on a recruitment drive to do just that. Back in September of 2019, he announced that his Tory Party were going to recruit 20,000 police officers by March of 2023, recruiting 6,000 in the first 12 months. That was 2020 to 2021, with the rest following over the subsequent 2 years. All 43 forces in England and Wales were to benefit, and this would cost £750 million in that first year. So how well have the Tories got on then? Well, if I'm making the video, hardly very well, as you might have guessed. Tell us, Damo, how bad is it? Well, that £750 million starter funding really was just a tiny fraction of the total, because the entire project, as befits most of Spaffers' policy ideas, cost far more. He does love to blow public money after all. Since 2019, the project has ended up costing a staggering £3.9 billion. I'm somewhat tickled that this project was called the Police Uplift Programme, or PUP for short, since Johnson evidently sold us one. However, that's not even the final tally, because the National Audit Office reckon the project will cost a further £18.5 billion over the next 10 years. Now hold the bus, Damo, you might be thinking. I thought this was supposed to end in March of this coming year. Why is it going on another 10 years after that? And why is it costing us even more? Well, colour me surprised. Not. But the Tories have failed to recruit 20,000 police officers. They've managed to recruit just over 15,000 to date, some 77% of their target. Let's not forget, this is still 11,000 fewer police than we had on our streets before the Tories came to power in 2010. But it gets even worse than this. It's all right recruiting these new officers, but you've got to retain them too. And as you might have guessed already, since I've now brought this subject up, encouraging them to say isn't something the Tories thought to be very important. A Freedom of Information request sent to all 43 police forces has revealed that of those 15,000 new recruits, some 1,800 of them have already quit. That's 12% of all new recruits. But actually, that figure is likely much higher. Things are getting even worse, folks, because 19 of those 43 police forces never responded to the request, so no data is known about the recruitment in those areas. Averaged out, we could be looking at resignations amongst new police recruits to be in the region of 21.5%. That'd be over a fifth of them. So all these billions more the public is going to have to stump up to recruit more officers. Is it really value for money when there's no interest in retention? Or no ability or no competence to retain these officers? Has this just been another fine Tory mess? Will they ever do anything properly in the interest of this country? Or is their ideological aversion to spending public funds responsibly just going to go on and on for as long as they remain in power? I think we all know the answer to that one, don't we? The fact is, the Tories have been so desperate to undo their calamitous mistake of laying off tens of thousands of police officers that they're rushing like mad to get people trained. And policing isn't a solely on-the-job role. The academic side of training is onerous too. And when recruits are having to deal with that, plus a full-time job where the hours are all over the place, as we know police officers' shifts are, and the Tories have tried to reduce the time this training takes, instead of speeding up the process, they've been burning people out instead. This, for a change, isn't so much about a lack of pay, it's about how they're being treated once they've joined. And it's been too much, too hard, and too fast. You don't retain personnel that way. You don't train them properly either. Imagine we were talking about nurses here instead. There's a shortage of them too. And the ramifications of them being hurriedly trained, burnt out, and then them coming along to treat you. How would you feel then? It's inefficient, it's wasting money, and it's just a desperate move by the Tories to fix something they broke all by themselves. They'd gain more plaudits if they just admitted they screwed up and set about fixing the problem properly and admitting that that is going to take time. They've already pretty much wasted the last 3 years and billions in public money in trying to save face instead. Given they never accept blame for anything at all, can you really expect them to do anything else between now and the next election except keep on wasting billions more? to little or no effect.